dripping.
It's the Lord's hard rain, my dear.
It's the devil's rain, I say.
Lord, how you talk, Regina? It's just this as I wanted to say.
Don't clash with that foot of yours. The young master is asleep upstairs.
Asleep in the middle of the
It's
day?
no business of yours.
I was out on the loose last night.
No, I can quite believe that.
Yes, we are weak vessels. We were mortals, my dear.
So it seems.
And the temptations are manifold in this world, but all the same I was hard at work. God knows at 5:30 this morning.
Very well. Only, be off with me now. I won't stop here and have rendezvous with you.
What you say? You
I
want
won't
to...
have anything fine to do, so just go about your business.
Blessed if I go before I have had a talk with you. This afternoon I shall have finished my work at the schoolhouse, and then I shall take tonight's boat and be off home to the town.
Pleasant journey to you.
Thank you, my child. Tomorrow the orphanage is to be opened, and then there'll be fine doings non dope and plenty of intoxicating drink goings, you know? And nobody shall say of Jacob Engstrand that he can keep out of temptation's way.
Oh.
You see, there is to be heaps of grand folks here tomorrow. Pastor Mann is expected from town too.
He's coming today.
There you see, and I should be costly sorry if he found out anything against me. Don't you understand?
Is that your game?
Is what, my game?
What are you going to fool Pastor Manders into doing for you this time?
Are you crazy? Do I want to fool Pastor Mandes? No! Pastor Mandes been far too good friend to me for that. But what I wanted to say was that I need to be off home again tonight.
Sooner the better, I say.
Yes, but I want you with me, Regina.
You want me? What are you talking about?
I want you to come home with me, I say.
Never in this world shall you ever get me home with you.
Well, we see about that.
Yes, you'll be sure to see about that. Me, that have been brought up by a lady like Mrs. Olby. Me, who was treated almost as a daughter here. Is it me that you want to go home with you to a house like yours for shame?
What the devil do you mean? Do you set yourself up against your father, you hussy?
Have you not sailed often enough that I was no concern?
Oh! Why should you bother about that?
Have you not many a time sworn at me and called me a dog?
Curse me now if I ever use such an ugly word.
Oh, I remember exactly what word you used.
Yes, but it was maybe when I was only a bit older, you know? Temptations are manifold in this world. And besides, it was when your mother was one that I I had to find something to do there with my child. She was always sitting up for a fine lady. Let me go, Henstra, let me be.
You very soon tormented mother into her grave.
Oh, of course I'm to have the blame for everything.
And that leg too.
What do you say, my child?
Pierre de Monton.
Is that English, eh?
Yes.
Ah, you have picked up some learning out here. That may come in useful now.
What do you want with me in town?
Can you ask what our fathers want with his only child? And I am only forlorn widower.
Oh, don't try any of that nonsense on me. Why do you want me?
Well, let me tell you. I've been thinking of setting up in a new line of business.
You've tried that many times before, and much good you've done with it.
Yes, but this time you shall see, Regina, they will take me.
Stop that swearing!
Shh. You are right enough there, my dear. But what I wanted to say was, I've laid by a very tight pile from this orphanage job.
You have? Well, that's good for you.
What can a man spend his pence on here in this country hall?
Well, what?
Why, you see, I thought of putting the money into some paying speculation. I thought of a sort of sailor's tavern. A regular high-class affair, of course, not any sort of pig style for common sailors. No, damn it! It would be for captains and mates and regular wheels, you know?
And I was too.
You were to help, to be sure, only for the look of the thing, of course. There will a bit of hard work shall you have, Regina. You shall do exactly what you like.
Oh, indeed.
And there must be a petticoat in the house. That's as clear as a daylight. For I won't have it a bit lively like in the evening with singing and dancing and so on. Now don't be a fool. Stand be your home like Regina. What's to become of you out here? Your mistress giving you a lot of learning, but what good is that to you? You are to look after the children at the new orphanage, I hear. Is that the sort of thing for you? Are you so dead set on wanting your life for a pack of dairy brats?
No! Not if things go the way I want them to, although there's no say. There's no say.
What do you mean by there is
Oh,
no
no,
say?
you might. How much money have you saved?
Oh, well, with one figure and another, a matter of 700 or 800 crowns.
Well, that's not so bad.
It's enough to make a start with me, yeah.
And why are you thinking of giving me any?
No, I'm blessed for you.
Not even a scrap of stuff to buy a new dress.
Do that with me, my lass. You'll soon get dresses enough.
Oh, pooh. I can do that on my own account if I want to.
No, father's getting handy. What you want, Regina? Now I got my eye on a capital house in Little Harbour Street. They don't want my charity money, and it could be a sort of sailor's home.
But I will not live with you. I will have nothing whatsoever to do with you. Be off!
You would stop long with me, my lass. No such love. If you knew how to play your cards, such a fine figure of girl as you grow up in the last year or two,
well,
you'd soon get hold of some maid, or maybe even a captain.
I will not marry anyone of that sort. Sailors have no savoir-vivre.
What do they
I
about?
know what sailors are. They're not the sort of people you marry.
Then never mind about marrying them. You can make it pay all the same. He, the Englishman, the man with the yacht, he can leave me with $3,000 he'd and she wasn't a bit handsomer than you. Come, you're not going to eat me.
Yes, I shall hit you if you start talking about my mother. Now get away with you, I say. And don't slam the doors. The young master is...
He's asleep, I know. You might be taken up about young Mr. Alvin. You don't need to say seamaster.
You're crazy, I tell you. No, not that way. Here comes Pastor Mandy. Down the kitchen staircase.
Okay, I'm going, but just you talk to him as he's coming. He's the man to tell you what a child of his father, for I'm your father all the same. I can prove it from the church register. I humbly beg your pardon, but
Oh, that's you, Engstrom.
there was none of the servants about, so I took the great liberty of just knocking.
Very well, come in. Do you want to speak to me?
No, I'm obliged to you, ma'am. It was with his reverence I wanted to have a word or two.
Oh, indeed? You want to speak to me, do you?
Yes, I'd like so terrible much.
Well, may I ask you, what do you want?
Well, it was just this, your reverence. We have been paid off down yonder. My grateful thanks to you, ma'am. And now everything is finished. I was thinking it would be but right and proper if we that have been working so honestly together all this time. I was thinking we ought to end up with a little prayer meeting tonight.
A little prayer meeting tonight, down at the orphanage.
Oh, if your reverence doesn't think it...
Oh, yes, I do, that!
I've been in the habit of offering up a little prayer in the evening myself.
Have you?
Yes, every now and then just a little edification in the manner of speaking. But I'm a poor common man and have a little enough gift, God help me. So I thought as Reverend Mr. Mandes happened to be here, I'd...
Well, you see, Armstrong, I have a question to put to you first. Are you in the right frame of mind for such a meeting? Do you feel your conscience clear and at ease?
Why, a man's conscience. It can be bad enough now and then.
Ah, you admit that, then perhaps you will make a clean breast of it and tell me the truth about Regina.
Mr. Matt?
Please,
About Regina? There is nothing wrong about Regina, is there?
we will hope not. But I mean, what is the truth about you and Regina? You passed for her father, huh?
Well, your reverence knows all about me and poor John.
Come now, no more prevarication. Your wife told Mrs. Orvin the whole story before quitting her service.
Well, then may... Well, did she really?
Hey, we know you now.
She swore and took her Bible off.
Did she take her Bible off?
No, she only swore, but she did it that solemnly like.
And you have hidden the truth from me all these years. Hidden it from me who trusts you in everything without reserve.
Well, I can't deny.
Have I deserved this of you, Armstrong? Have I not been always ready to help you in deed and word? So far I claim my power. Answer me! Have I not?
Might I make so bold as to ask your reverence a bit of a question?
If you want to.
Isn't it right and proper for a man to raise up the fallen?
Most certainly it is.
And isn't a man born to keep his sacred word?
Yes, but
When Joanna had got into trouble through that Englishman, or it might have been an American or Russian as they called them, why you see she came down into the town. Poor thing, she'd sent me about my business once or twice before, for she couldn't bear the sight of anything as was Nelson, and I got this damaged leg of mine. Your reverence recollects how I ventured up into the dancing saloon where a suffering man was getting on with drink and dairy, as the saying goes. And then when I was for giving them a bit of admonition to lead a new life,
we know all about that, Armstrong. Those ruffians throw you downstairs. You have told me of the affair already. Now your infirmity is your honor.
I'm not puffed up about it, your reverence, but what I wanted to say was, when she came and confessed all to me with weeping and gnashing of teeth, I can tell you, reverence, I was sore at heart to hear it.
Were you indeed? Well, go on.
So I says to her, the American, he's saying about all the boundless sea. And as for you, Joanna, you have committed a grievous sin and you are a fallen creature. But Jacob Armstrong, says I, he's got two good legs to stand up when he has. You see, your reverence, I was speaking figurative like.
I understand quite well. Go on.
And that was how I raised her up and made an honest woman of her. So as folks shouldn't get to know us, she's gonna stay with sailors.
In all that, you act very well. Only I cannot approve of your stooping to take money.
Money? Aye, not a far thing.
Yes, but
Wait a minute. Now I recollect. Joanna didn't have child of money, but I wouldn't have nothing to do with that. No, says I. That's mammon, that's the wage of sin. This theory gold or notes, or whatever it was, we just fleet that back in American's face, but he was off and away over the stormy sea, your reverence.
Has he really?
He was indeed, sir. So Joanna and I, we agreed that the money should go to the child's education, and so it did. And I can account for every blessed farthing of it.
Well, this alters the case considerably.
That's just how it stands, your reverence. And as I make so bold as to say, I've been an honest father to Regina.
Well, my good friend.
All the same, I bear myself witness as I grow up the child and live candle with poor Joanna, and ruled over my home house as the scripture has it. For it could never enter in my head to go to your reverence and puff myself up and boast because even the likes of me had done some good in this world.
Give me your hand, Jacob Armstrong.
Oh, no,
no.
sir.
Come on, no nonsense. Give me your hand. There we are.
And if I might humbly beg your reverence pardon.
You? On the contrary, it is I. Aren't you beg your pardon?
No.
Yes,
No.
yes, assuredly. And I do it with all my heart. Forgive me for misunderstanding you, Jacob Armstrong. I only wish I could give you some proof of my hearty regret and sorrow, my goodwill toward you.
Would you reverence do it?
With the greatest pleasure.
Well, here's the very chance of it. With a bit of money I saved from the orphanage of, I might set up a sailor's home down in the town.
Yeah?
Well, it isn't much as I've got to start with, but if I could find a helping hand...
Yes. We will look into the matter a little more closely. I entirely approve of your plan. But now, go before me and make everything ready and get the candlelight and ask to give the place an air of festivity. I quite believe that you are in the right frame of mind.
Yes, I trust I am. So I say goodbye, Mom, and thank you kindly. And take a good care for Regina for me. It's a quick thing now, but it's like as she's grown into the very apple of my eye. It is indeed.
But
Your Reverence?
you will be after me too.
Yes, strike me dead, but I must. Oh Lord, what am I saying? But this is a terribly ugly business, Your Reverence. Oh.
What's the matter?
Why it all came of this prayer meeting, and to think it should be my doing that such a thing should be His Reverence doing.
But I assure you, Maestro,
There wasn't another soul except Your Reverence has ever laid a finger on the candles down there.
So you declare, but I certainly cannot recollect that I ever had candle in my hand.
I saw as clear as a daylight, Your Reverence took the candle and snuffed it with your finger and threw away the snuff among the shavings.
And you stood and look on.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it as plain as a pike staff I did.
It's quite beyond my comprehension. It has never been in my habit to snuff candle with my fingers.
Terribly risky to look too very deep. But is there such a deal of harm done after all, Your Reverence?
Don't ask.
Your Reverence had insured it needed.
Oh, no. I've told you so.
Not insured. And then to go straight away down and set the light to the whole thing. Lord, what a misfortune. The newspaper will not handle Your Reverence very gently, I expect.
That is what I am thinking of. This is the worst of the whole thing. Oh!
Not to be persuaded to leave the fire.
There you are, Mrs. Arvin.
So, you have escaped your inaugural trespass, Manders.
I should so gladly.
It is all for the best. No orphanage would have done no one any good.
You think not?
Do you think it would?
It is a terrible misfortune, all the same.
Let us speak plainly as a matter of business. Are you waiting for Mr. Manders, Engstrand?
That's just what I'm doing, ma'am.
Then sit down meanwhile.
Thank you, ma'am. I'd soon stand.
I suppose you're going by the steamer.
It starts in an hour.
Then be so good as to take all the papers with you. I won't hear another word about this affair. I have other things to think of.
Mrs. Arvin.
Later on, I shall send you a power of attorney to settle everything as you please.
That I would very readily to undertake.
Give a thought to my sailor's home, Your Reverence.
Upon my word, that is not a bad suggestion. That must be considered.
That will take considering. Lord forgive me.
Unfortunately, I cannot tell you how long I should be able to return control of all these things. Whether public opinion may not compel me to retire. It depends entirely upon the result of the official investigation into the fire.
What are you talking about?
And the result can by no means be foretold.
The candle. For here stands old Jacob Engstrand.
Yes, but
Jacob Engstrand isn't a man to desert a noble benefactor in the hour of need, as the saying goes.
why, my good fellow, how?
Well, Jacob Engstrand may be a sort of guardian angel. He may.
No. I cannot accept that.
That will be the way of it all the same. I know a man that has taken other sins upon himself after now. I do.
Jacob, you're so rare nature. You shall be help with yourselves only that you must rely upon. Let's get together. And let's do this stuff together, right?
Come along too. Je liebe es as long as I yoke in the egg.
Merci.
Mrs. Irving, may the law of the Spirit descend on your house. And that, quickly.
Goodbye, Pastor Manders.
Goodbye, my child. And if any trouble should come to you, you know where Jacob Engstad is to be found. Little Herbert Street.
Come along, my dear. Come along.